Oh, so I just learned something really new just now with all the updates that they do in my OBS, ladies and gentlemen, and that is some of these things just kind of move in and out of their own. By the way, I do hate updates, but it is what it is. You got to adapt, right? Welcome to the podcast is real. I'm your host, King Drell. You know, just the creator of the podcast, season 4, episode 7. And of course, as always, sitting here in his Mario hat. See, I wonder why he would be having this Mario hat on. Maybe something happened this week that we might have to at least touch on a little bit. But that is the singing sensation himself, soundless well in the video game scene, my nephew, VoQualz!
Cheers, everyone. Hope you got something to drink tonight.
I do have something to drink. I have a water. Oh, I don't. Might have accidentally showed the brand. If you're not paying me, I don't want to show brands. Sorry, but I'm all about getting paid these days on the podcast is real. But speaking of real on the podcast is real, we also have the realest brother that I have met in this community, my Jamaican brother himself, the King of New York, Jasirii.
Well, go on.
And as it is, and yes, guys, you might see no guest this week, but that's okay because the podcast is about us. Everybody else is just a luxury that we can have from time to time, but that's okay because there is an announcement that I'm going to say before the podcast is over. But before we get into any announcements or anything like that, nephew, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm blessed. You feel what I'm saying? I have just been, like I said, watching the world on fire while I sit in my castle and watching it burn.
Well, you might be watching it burn, but I might be talking a little bit about some of it tonight. Anyway, how are you doing, Jasirii?
I am here and I'm just a bystander. I'm chilling.
Just a bystander. I see that shirt you got on. I see the dragon.
Yeah, man. Had to do it up one time.
Yes, sir. Meanwhile, I'm on my wrestling thing tonight. The OG bloodline representing the OTC.
Hey.
As we get handy, and every week I talk about my nephew's drip. So, you know, at this point, there's no point even. It's just a known thing at this point. But he does have a hat on, guys. And since we don't have any cosplay showcases or anything to get into this week, we're just going to go ahead and hop right in. So, yes, the week that was is the thing that we do where we talk about things that happened in the past week. And one of these things just happened in the past 24 hours. We keep talking about all these movies that are coming out, and one kind of dropped already.
Absolutely, on April 1st, April Fools.
I know, right? You know, the funny thing, well, nah, they couldn't have done that. I was going to say, if everybody went to the theater on April 1st to watch the Mario movie and all they got was a big text that popped up that said, by the way, this movie actually drops tomorrow. April Fools, go home.
Oh, yeah. That made people mad, but I would like that at the same time.
You'd be mad, like, haha, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta come get their body movie tickets tomorrow, but that would be escalation because you purchase your movie tickets today, and whoever purchases tomorrow, so there'll be a fucker.
Well, I would like to think if they did that, they would say that your ticket is good for tomorrow. But you know, it's just like, just bring that one back. You were in on the joke, ha ha ha. But you know, when it comes to video games and April Fools, I kind of get PTSD a little bit because years and years and years ago, they brought out this like amazing live action Zelda trailer for a Zelda movie. It was on IGN.
Ooh, to go wreck the internet. That's the whole point.
Well, I can tell you that. Welcome back, King of New York. Successfully connected. So, okay, so that was actually, it wasn't my internet. It wasn't your internet. It wasn't anybody's internet. That was a YouTube thing this time. Because I just got a notification on their end that was like, yeah, we just clipped you for a second. It's a good thing we just started.
You should have been on that.
It's also a good thing I record these things as a backup as well, for such situations. But, so, did you guys see the Mario movie? I know you did. You got the hat on.
Hold on. Before you went away, you were talking about Zelda. Before you went away, you were talking about Zelda, and then you went bam. So no, you got
okay. You know what?
Continue with Zelda.
Go back. They did IGN dropped a live action Legend of Zelda trailer years ago.
Okay.
And then we realized it was on April 1st. Somebody put a lot of time and effort and movie cameras and people and scripts and angles and all of this just to troll people.
All right.
And it looked fire too. And I've always wanted a live action Zelda, bro. I was not happy.
I know you do.
So yes, video games, April Fools. First of all, guys, trust nothing on April 1st. I know a lot of people don't always bring it to their minds to remember it's April 1st when April 1st comes around, because it isn't like it used to be when we were kids, when April Fools used to really be this big thing. And even when people do them, they do like SpongeBob level April Fools pranks. Like, they're not even really good. Like, if I had to see, I swear everybody was pregnant or engaged yesterday.
Nah, facts.
That's what was going on yesterday. I was not paying attention to that shit at all. I wasn't even on the internet yesterday. I was somewhere else.
Nah, look, everybody, it's every year. Everybody's either pregnant or engaged, or the big one that was happening yesterday, which by the third time I saw it, I said, okay, guys. Everybody announcing that they were retiring from content creation. That was a big one. Now what? I'm calling out our sis, Jenna. Put up this huge
I saw that
thing.
Yeah,
and as soon as she put it up after all this time and personal and family and all of this, it's time to step away. I rolled my eyes.
I didn't even say nothing. I just liked it and just scrolled. I know that post. I just liked it and scrolled. I'm calling out to people in the comments. Snacks got called. Snacks fell for it because that man said, "Take your time, sis. We're gonna be there when we need you." Black Snacks. I saw that comment, my boy. Matter of fact, I go right now, and I'll call all y'all out at this moment. Stop playing with me. I would, but I'm telling you, it's facts. I saw that comment, my boy. I laughed mad hard with the blunt in my hand. I laughed.
I rolled my, as soon as I saw it, I rolled my eyes because I knew what day it was. I said, "Really?" And this was already, and this was, I'll tell you the timeline. This was after I'd already seen After Love post up that they were shutting down business, and before I saw Trap Sushi post that they were doing the same thing.
I was like, when I saw Trap Sushi in the door, I was like, "You have too much shit in stake to shut that shit down. I ain't trying to hear that shit. No, no, fuck out of here. What? No."
I will say this though, the way Trap Sushi did it was so unrealistic. The way After Love did it, when they were like shutting down after this long, I will say Jenna's at least looked authentic, but I still rolled my eyes.
She had people. She legit had a person in the comment. I don't know who it was, but somebody was in the comment, and it was legit. I'm gonna paraphrase it, but she was like, "I was gonna send a heartfelt text to you." I was dying. I was like, "Wow, this is gaslighting." No, I'm joking. That's not what that is.
No, it's an April Fool's joke. Look, but me and people like Aggie just went in the comments and wouldn't even let her have her fun. We're like, okay, we're not doing this.
Right. Come on now. Don't even know.
Aggie's literally like, we're literally going to a con this weekend. Shut that up.
Right. Did she not just left the con too? And just want to pump that up out of nowhere?
No, they got a con this weekend. I think they're there now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Enjoy themselves.
Yeah. Speaking of cons, there's a yearly one that happens here every year that I haven't been to in 4 years, and I'm not there this year either. They can have that.
Is it him?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the only one I could think of. I know we on that shit. I know.
we always on that time.
We've been like that for a long time.
4 years ago, we went and haven't been back. And I'm meaning that, look, one of these days I'm going to pop up, but I'm actually going to be really, really busy this weekend. So this ain't the year. One of these days I'll slide through just to see how different things is. I did have a friend ask me this, like, are you coming for research purposes? And speaking of friends, what's good, Cosmos?
Yeah,
brothers right there.
Mr. Roy Mustang himself.
Nah, Mr. Working on my dunk himself.
Vertical getting up there.
I know. I remember the last time he was jumping in the volleyball. I remember that with Haiku. He said, "VoQualz, hold my stuff. I'm trying to jump this." I said, "Okay." He said, "He's so tall. You think I can do it without my shoes?" I was like, "Hey, you can do it if you want to." Like I ain't gonna tell you what you can and cannot do. Look here, I am confident to be that friend. Hell yeah, you can. You can definitely do it. I'm gonna motivate you to fuck yourself up without the shoes. No, not me. But you signed a waiver though, so you go.
Yeah, you move. Well, you know what? He said it in the comments, so I guess we can go ahead and go there. He said Mario movie was fire. So I
I
will
have this
admit
feelings.
that I'm gonna see it this weekend. So I have not seen it yet, but either way, it's gonna be spoiler free anyway. So, sir, how did you enjoy the Mario movie?
I have mixed feelings of it. I ain't really hate. I like. I enjoyed it, but I definitely see what they did, and I was just like, okay, I see the difference. I see what's going on because I'm not getting too much into it. I think, that, like I said, when I got there, automatically I saw characters. I was like, oh shit! And then when I saw Luigi done the character, I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing.
Okay, so basically,
That's all I'm gonna say right there.
so basically, what you're saying is because I know, even though you know me personally, I don't take these to merit at heart at all. I form my own opinions, but I saw why Rotten Tomatoes and audience scores was giving it a pretty mixed reaction.
Like I wouldn't say like it's terrible. Like I'm not saying it's terrible at all. Like facts, fire. The setup, fire. Recommendations of the games how they always put up like with Mario franchise, fire. Like always, 64, Mario 2, 1. You name it, they there. Credits after credits, fire. Cannot deny any other things of that. It's just like when you just certain things of the scenes and I just seen, I'm just like I see where we're going with this build up and I see what they're here what the people wanted, but I feel like they could have waited just a little. We got to have like a couple more till we get to that point. So I saw what they were doing. I saw what they were doing, and I was like, okay, I see. I think this is more of like a little bit of an audience pleaser, a little bit more, which you're supposed to do. I'm not saying you're not, because that'd be crazy to say you're not supposed to please the audience. No, I'm just saying you see where they're pushing up more with the agenda. But everything else, I didn't hate it at all. I did not hate it at all.
I could honestly see, even from not just seeing it, what they're trying to set up for the future. And you
Yes,
know what? That is
yes.
perfectly fine. King of New York, what have you seen it and what did you think?
Yes, I saw it on premiere night. Actually, hold on one second.
Uh-oh. Here we go. This is what I'm expecting. Where's the King of New York, bro? I figured he'd have something to show us.
I mean, I guess he searches more long in that suitcase. He'll find it. There it is.
So,
yeah, I've been seeing those.
not even gonna lie
I've
to
been seeing
you.
those.
I got a little gift from AMC. Shout out to AMC. I posted a video a few minutes ago. From my best friend, Yoshi.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is probably the highlight of my night yesterday when they were handing it over. I was like, oh, okay, this joint different. I like my Yoshi. But as for the movie, like I really liked it. Like it was very colorful, very like HD, very a lot of fighting choreography too. So like I could see what they were doing, like keeping everybody's attention span, the ADHD in check. Not really in check, but keep them attracted to the movie while throwing in left, right, left, right. One thing I really do wish that they did not do was like right before the movie came out was throw out Glenn Powell, because when they threw him out there at Starfire, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I did love the reference that they did from the video game. I ain't gonna spoil it, but everybody should know that reference.
Yeah, it probably involves barrel rolls at some point. But yeah, I've seen those Yoshi things out there. I know that my friend Spencer, she was had a picture of herself with one of those at the movies, enjoying it. By the way, shout out Spencer Nix, one of my favorite people on the planet. But no, it's like I'm gonna try to slide through and see it sometime this weekend. Because a lot just a notification again.
I heard that was back in the 80s. Get down, get down, get down, get down.
Now, false alarm. Again, luckily, guys, for everybody that is watching this on YouTube, all I can say is I apologize. But for anybody that's going to see this later on the other ones, you're not going to have any of these issues because this is being recorded as a backup and y'all will get that version. So none of this stuff is actually going to happen because, again, this is not on our end. A platform is acting dumb right now. And I'm not going to say what one is acting dumb because they read what you actually say, and I don't need them trying to ban me for talking about them. Because they could probably be prone to do that just mid-sentence. It's like, oh, okay, you don't like our platform? Then don't use it anymore.
Well, at least not like the other boys who's not like, not making money anymore, rather than monetization and stuff.
Well, we're very close to monetization, actually, because we have crossed over 500 subscribers here on YouTube. I actually got to go ahead and applause up with that, because so now we just got to clock in the watch time hours, and this can start being monetized. So I am in the process of like trying to put a bunch of clips together because we need to speed up this watch time thing. Because if we don't reach that in a 365-day span, it starts over. And you don't want to work hard all year just for that to start over. But it's all right. I will definitely, and for some people, so definitely let us know if you like the Mario movie, if you didn't like the Mario movie, if there was anything else you're looking forward to. One thing I do know, that if for some reason you didn't like the Mario movie, or if you did and you're just starving for more content, there is something that's returning this weekend, and that would be One Piece. Elbaf officially starts up this weekend in anime form, ladies and gentlemen.
I saw the setup. I think they had like a booth set up with Elbaf. I think it was in I don't know. It was like some Crunchyroll event I had to set up. I don't know what it exactly was, but they had like the manga screen in the background, and there was an Elbaf, and I forgot the character's name, but he was chained up in ice, and you had Luffy and everybody else dressed like in front and forth. I think they had like something set up in the con, and it looked really good. It looked really amazing.
Because it dropped. First one drops this weekend because now that One Piece is officially a seasonal anime. We've had that conversation before. They're gonna get through this arc.
I had to definitely catch up. I definitely got on my manga status. Like fun fact, by the way, everybody, I literally rewatched One Piece like the 6th time right now. Swear to God, not lying. I literally rewatched the entire thing from beginning to 1,100 just because I literally do, because I have, and I had like a lot of revisited journeys and theories that I had in my mindset, and when I had to go to the manga, because the manga is so longer and stuff, because I hadn't caught up on the manga fully. And when I got on the manga in the beginning of the FF, oh my shit, it's enticing right now. And then we got the update after what happened after Egghead, bro. It's spicy right now, bro. It's spicy. I just don't want to hear no more BS about what people telling me about Usopp. That's the biggest spoiler about that arc. Everybody keep commenting about Usopp not doing anything. I'm like, oh wow, really? I'll figure that out myself, because everybody got different opinions about Usopp. So let's see. So that's where I'm at right now with it. So I'm looking forward to that arc.
I'm not caught up in the manga. I need to catch back up in the manga. I'm not that far behind, but I do need to catch up in the manga. Anime-wise, I am still going through Egghead, but it's okay because it's only going to take me like a couple of days where I have nothing else going on where I can get those binged up. It's not that. I'm not far enough behind where it's going to take me long to completely catch up.
But I'm pretty sure you're not far in the manga though. I'm pretty sure you're literally at Egghead. Like I know you're like nowhere like.
No, I'm not. I'm not that far.
No, you're just close to that. That's it. Yeah, you're not far. You're definitely catch up fast.
No, I would definitely catch up fast because that is going to be a really, really, really big event. And I know everybody loves their One Piece, and there's somebody that really, really loves their One Piece, and they'll be joining us in a podcast here coming up pretty soon, which I will announce later on. People, don't worry about it. Before we continue on, though, was there anything else of note in the past week as we finish up the week that was? Did anybody want to cover anything? Events happened to you? I know apparently Jasirii over there getting paid, which is a good thing. We love our money. Money.
Excuse me. My gosh. I know. Besides me watching the new Invincible episode that dropped today, because y'all know me, I love Invincible. I love the show. I love it. I love the show. But I would say my biggest critique right now about this season, I just feel like everything else about the season like the build up and all the questions that we're getting and stuff. And obviously, you read the comments, the comments and the story is definitely changing as it progresses in the story because it's very different. Like the show and the comments are becoming different now. So I'm really like in tune, but some of it is still the same. But the biggest issue I kind of have is like I feel like all of like since season one, it was like, you have a great introduction of everything, and then we get to season two, you'll be like, oh, okay, this is fire. Season four was more of like, okay, we need to make sure we give the audience what they need because we're nowhere here. And I like the animation could be a little bit more done because how we see everybody else and they have that like that aura around them. I feel like we're not getting that much in this. I just read this at the point of just like, okay, we have to build some more war. Let's throw this out here. And I feel like we just need to like make sure this build to my shit looks good. But don't get me wrong. The episode 5, season 4, Visible is absolutely phenomenal. Because if you know, you know. And I cannot wait to drop these videos because I'm about to get on Cecil's fucking head so bad in season. Like it pisses me off. And everything I said in the last season, he's literally doing it. And I hate being right when I see the characters are doing exactly what I'm predicting. And it's pissing me off. Caesar only had one good moment, but everything else enticing to me with Caesar right now. But this season is absolutely pretty good. Like I've been enjoying it. But that's just my critique about it.
No, we love to hear it. I haven't had a chance because again, I've had a lot going on, but I got to get on this season of Invincible. I might just wait for it to end and just do all of them, to be honest with you, because it just seems like I work better that way. One
You have 3 episodes left, so you should be good.
By the way, what's good, Glow?
Hey, Glow. Yeah, Glow. My moderator. Yeah, Glow. Snapping rat bitches up at the shell. So, yeah, Glow. Don't worry, we'll be back on Poppy. I promise you, we'll be back. I know you've been hitting me up about schedules. Schedule will be there. I promise you. I'm just getting the PC fixed real quick. I promise you. But we will get back in that. We will get back in the horror. I'm telling you, Glow has put a gun in my head telling me when are we going to do these horror series, and I'm like, I promise you. You see this? This is disrespectful to me because now I see y'all just want me to be scared and piss on myself, and I don't like that at this point. Because I know how to play horror games, but I feel like y'all getting a little too comfortable about this horror shit. Like, y'all getting too comfortable with this. Like, I got probably 5 to deal with. Then I got little nightmares to deal with. Not touching Outlast, even though y'all tell me to touch it. I got the new Resident Evil to play before I touch it. You know what I'm saying? All the cool games I want to touch. But y'all definitely putting a gun in my head about Poppy. I'm telling y'all. Y'all telling me. And trying to spoil me. Stop it. Get some help. Bastards. In the word of Yusuke, goddammit.
Well, he will be back on Poppy Playtime eventually. Like he said, once he gets everything fixed, Soundless Well will be up, back, and running, and will continue to give you guys the fire content. But speaking of fire content, I'm sorry, I don't do this a lot on here, but damn it, I'm doing it today. I have been posting a lot of MJ content this week, and if I have to say so myself, I am in my freaking bag right now.
You are.
So
absolutely. Especially the one that's going mad viral, the very first one, the Trinidad dance.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was
really crazy.
Like
everybody's in the comments like, I love it, I love it. I ain't gonna lie, that's why I did the podcast real. I was skipping on the positive and was straight to the negative. I'm like, all right, who's first? I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, who's going? Who's first? Y'all know like the water boy? Who's gonna be?
So
I was trying to fire, bro.
If y'all have not realized it, I've been saying the past couple of times I've on here, I've been on a small break. My hiatus is over. And I have things. My green screen has finally been taken down. I said this on my story, but I'm going to say this on the podcast real quick. I dropped the video today. And I absolutely love how that video came out. By the way, I also dropped a post, an MJ post right before the podcast started. You guys should go check that out as well. Dropped 2 things today. But the video came out very well. And I'm glad that the finished product came out that way because I actually recorded that video days ago. And it took me hours to do with all the different things. And I was liking the way it came out. had to do the different angles, had to make sure all my lighting is right, because you know how green screens are. If that lighting ain't perfect, it will make it very, very difficult.
Yo, green screen, yo, green background. Hey,
It
your
will be
keyframe is gonna look dumb as fuck with the shadows in the background. Oh
exactly.
God.
So I have all my, but you know, I got my field lights, I got all of that stuff. And I'm looking, it's late because I mostly do my stuff at night. And I'm like, this stuff looks real good. Got my cosplays on, doing all of that. Took all this time. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I be in my Bowser Jr. shit. The Koopas rise again.
Thank goodness for backups.
Word, because that is beating your ass right now. Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
So like you the princess, you're trapped.
But somehow I feel like we're probably going to go out again. So who knows? But we're back right now, ladies and gentlemen. And we're back. So what I was saying was I would just go back to that again. So like I said, I had the green screen going and the light's perfect because the green screen, if the lighting isn't good, then keying that stuff out is going to be very difficult. Cosplays are hot. I have the air going, all of this stuff. Different times I got to record things. I'm doing it in sections. I'm running out of memory on my phones. All
That's
of
the
that
worst
stuff.
part. I hate that so much.
So I'm having to move stuff to my computer. I'm doing all of this. Finally got done with all of this content, right? And then I sit back in my bed. I pull up my editing programs. I have like 3 different things that I use because I want to make sure my stuff looks as great as possible. Start pulling up my clips so that I can start doing the green screen effects and all of that. And I looked at my stuff and I said, damn, I can't use any of this. And I done taken the green screen down. I done put all the lights up. I'm out of my cosplay. I done took my contacts out. I'm back in my glasses, all of this stuff. And I look at this stuff and I'm like, the lighting looks great. The movement looks great. The keyframing good. But the cosplay, something about it that I did not catch. The cosplay did not look good. There were parts of it that was just, how did I miss this? I can't put this out here. So it wasn't necessarily the content, it was what I had on. And I guess because it was late and everything, my eyes was just like, I missed them. Like the wig was jacked up, like my tie was like crooked, like all this stuff. I said, you know what? I'm going to have to get up on another day and I'm going to have to do all of this again. And I did all of it again this morning, but I put it out today and it turned out very well. So
no, you have to do great. No, that's what you do. You can't put out something that's trash. You can't. You got to make sure it's high quality to make good content.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
quality comes.
Today's video that came out today was literally recorded this morning for hours, all of it, and I still was able to get it in, get it done. I say I'm turning my phone off. This is the only thing I'm doing today because I don't want to get distracted, and I still have a deadline that I want to post this by, which I ended up missing by like 40 minutes. But it's okay because it still went out today, guys. But, you know, and guys, just in case you were wondering, like, so am I only going to do MJ content this month? No, I'm still going to have anime content coming out as well because I am still a part of the anime community. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we like to call a segue because I want to talk about the anime community a little bit because a big theme of today's podcast is the current state of the anime community. And as I go ahead and get that flying over because we need to get this transition. I do have a question that I want to. I do have a question that I want to pose to people in the chat who's watching now, anybody who's watching later. I am interested, and we're gonna get into a little discussion about this now. And that is, when it comes to cons, why do you go to cons? That is the question that I want to peg today because it seems like a lot of people have their own different reasons for why they go to cons, and it actually kind of puzzles me a little bit. My nephew and I have actually had this conversation a little bit recently, actually, like when it comes to the different reasons that people go to cons. Some people go just for the love of the game. Some people go just to do the content. Some people go just because they heard that one celebrity is there, and they just gotta go spend hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on places to stay, places.
We saw that on multiple cons. We saw that last year too. We saw too many of that. So many of that last year. Last year was insane. That was one of the hottest things. Y'all was upset because that person didn't come, and then when the person did came, everybody wanted it, and their mama changed their mind, wanted to pop up. That was crazy.
Look, if there's any advice that I can give anybody, please, if you are spending your hard-earned money on plane tickets, or even if you're driving on gas, especially with these gas prices, on a place to stay, badges, all of this, and you're only doing it for the possibility to meet somebody that you might not even meet, please don't go. Like, I'm just trying to save you guys some money at this point. Like, just please don't go. So again, I bring up the question, why do you go to cons? And everybody has their different answers, and I would love to just get a couple of different perspectives from everybody here. I'm going to give my perspective as well. King of New York, we know you go to cons for several different reasons. Do you want to add in for the importance of what brings you to cons?
Well, you are right about the several. I am Jamaican, so that means I gotta have 7 jobs, 7 reasons. So yeah, it's definitely for the enjoyment, because the first time it was just to go express myself, to go have fun, to see what it's like, because I never thought that it would be a comfortable space. And
I'm so sorry. I'm so,
chat, he's rage baiting. Chat, I need you to clip this. He's rage baiting me, chat. That's my new line for the rest of the year. Everybody is rage baiting me.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to. It just happened. I couldn't control it. It was a YOLO. You only live once, Bert. Sorry.
Anyway, continue, King.
Yeah, so I go to enjoy myself. I go to make new connections. I love running into people, and then you see I'm naturally good with conversating, and I just have that energy to be like, hey, I could talk to this guy. Hi, what's your name? It's literally to continue that culture of having fun, being yourself, and then remaining a pillar to be like, this is what an example of the community is. This is the example to follow. This is somebody that's actually cool, that doesn't care about, I'm trying to make content, get away from me. But yeah, I'm here for the happiness. I'm here for the joy of the con.
Happiness and the joy of the con. And I think a lot of people, myself included at times, have kind of forgotten about the whole point of the con experience. There have been times that we have come on this podcast. So yes, you can look up old episodes and get the receipts, people, so you know that I'm not just talking out of both sides of my mouth. There have been times that I have gone to a con, and by the time I'm on my way back home, I go, I didn't go to a single panel. Not one. And one, I didn't even go to the vendors hall until like an hour before it was on the last day before they were about to close.
Mm.
So it's like, I didn't go to the vendor. I didn't go to a panel. I had fun with my friends, but it was like, is this why I went to the con this year? This isn't why I came. Like, I let the time get away from me, because quite honestly, guys, I'm not going to down anybody that goes to cons just to hang out with their friends or create content. Because you go to anything, you want to meet up with people that are going to have fun. But if your sole purpose of going to a con is to just meet up with different people so that you can just record a bunch of content together, just get a content house. It's going to save you money. And you're still going to do the exact same thing that you're doing at the con without all the pressures of, oh, I got to make it to this con at this time, or I got to go do this at this time. I got to go around and check all the vendors. So just, if that's your sole purpose of going to a con, again, do yourself a favor and just get a content house. Get your friends together, go somewhere, spend a few days together, get all the content you want without the pressure of anything else. And I know we lost our nephew here for a second. That is actually not a YouTube thing. He is just actually gone. That is him. His thing has been blinking red for the longest.
Okay. No, I mean he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll definitely be back. And then there are the people who obviously they use cons just for networking.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people who use the con just to network, that kind of falls into the same category as, are you going just to meet that person that you're hoping to meet? Like, yes, if you're guaranteed to meet these people, then yes. If you live close and there's maybe that voice actor or someone there that you know, if you get there in time for their line, you're going to meet them, so it's guaranteed, then yes. But again, if it's just, I want to go to the con so that I can network. You know, you don't have to go to the con to network. Because if there's a con in town, that means there's a lot of events happening around the weekend, which means there's plenty of time and plenty of other places that you can get with these people. Quite frankly, I see more networking happening at the after events than the actual cons.
That's a fact. Can I add on to that?
Go right ahead.
And when you go to these conventions, it's like I understand that people really do like love and look up to a lot of people, especially content creators, because it's like they look at it more of a psychological level, like, oh my gosh, they're famous, but they're famous enough to the point where I could walk up to them and say something. You got to enjoy it too while you're there. You know what I mean? These are living a moment type of things. They only happen once a year. So when you go to these conventions, yes, friends will be there. There's panels and everything else, but just look out for it. Like if you're not going to genuinely enjoy yourself, because you'll be surprised how many people you just randomly walk up to and then you walk past them and like, oh shoot, is that so and so? Hi, so and so. A lot of people at the conventions are really cool, especially the voice actors. So most likely they'll stop, say hi, and be like, hey, I gotta go to this real quick, but I will give you a hi, I will give you a hug, you know? So yeah. And how much of the same? Well, we missing the comments. Let's go to the comments real quick.
No, we're here. Glow said it's much of the same for me as Jasirii said. I love going to enjoy the con, such as panels, cosplay meetups, seeing the cosplays, meeting new people, seeing all my friends, going to see vendors. So you're going to the con to enjoy the con. And like I said, and I'm gonna keep saying it a few times. So guys, remember to make sure to just leave your comment. Why do you go to cons? Because I think the best way to answer, because sometimes you might not even know in the moment yourself. But people usually, whether they write it down or they make a mental note on what they want to accomplish when they go to a con. And if you look at your list, if your list says like, make sure I hit this vendor, make sure I meet this voice actor, this celebrity, got to make sure I hit this panel. Oh, my friend's holding this panel, got to make sure I'm at this panel. Oh, they're having karaoke at such and such a clock, got to make sure I'm doing. That's the reason they have the app, so that people make the schedules. But if you're looking at your list and the only thing on your list is, hopefully I get to meet such and such content creator that's going to be walking around. Hopefully I get to make content with this many people. My job is to make 40 TikToks while I'm there. Then, yeah, your lists are completely different. Are any of them wrong? No, it's your money. The only thing I'm here to say is, for certain things, if they're your sole reason for going to cons, just know that there are cheaper ways that you can accomplish the exact same thing and not have to spend as much money.
I guarantee you, most of them make your friends when you met them too.
Agree with you with that.
I get. I'm sorry. I was trying to finish before we're circling. No, you're good. You're good. We're here. We're live. We're fine.
We're back now.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, cool. My fault. Oh no, that's what I was saying. I said because this is the podcast is real. This is the realest shit. And so many things in the state of the community that I've seen, because not only people go there and thinking about the mindset of, oh, I want to see this person, I want to meet this person, be able to get it. And once they meet that person, it becomes, bro, oh my God, like we're so cool as a friend. And I think we're going to be really the best as cool as a friend. So not only just that, we have people that literally meet up to you, and really the purpose so to be friends with you is to kind of meet that person. You have that in the community. And it's really crazy that it's spiteful. It really has a nasty taste in a lot of it too. And it's crazy because some of the people that I know doing a lot of call outs without putting names, but we know who they're talking about. Ain't that funny? But it is what it is though. And that's what it stated it is. And I just want people to just really be careful to just not to go there to just think that this person Oh my God. And once you meet that person, just have the mindset of like, oh, we're really best of buddies. We're gonna go straight to the end and all that. No, baby. No, that's not how that works. You met that person one time, and that one time means that experience. And if first impression does mean everything to a lot of these people too. And even if you do make a good communication, it's always about give and receive in this type of state. So please be careful what is your mindset, what you stay for this for. As soon as you go there and thinking you get with the opposite of what you expected, then you're gonna be mad. Then you want to go to Twitter. Then you want to despise. Then you want to do these so on called call outs. Or you really want to get in your feelings that you find something that you really just didn't like, really just find it safer just to say about the person. Let's not have that. I'm trying to save you before you go to the dark route. I'm trying to save you. Do not go there. Please go there to enjoy the con.
Please go there to enjoy the con. See, I'm going to go ahead and piggyback off of what he's saying right now is because one thing that you're going to learn in this community, and it's something that we've all had to learn in this community, is that you're going to meet people, because that is another good thing to do at these cons, is meet new people. You run into them. I've met some amazing people at these cons, sometimes for the first time, or I became mutuals with them online, and then was like, I can't wait to meet you at the con, and that's great. And you can vibe, you can hang out, you can do content together, and you can say you're friends, and that sounds good on paper. But what you're going to learn is, and my nephew and I have had these conversations, is that even a couple of years in, and you start being heartbroken about some of the things that some of these people start doing or saying in this community, the perspective you got to continue to put in your mind is that I like these people, I met these people, but realistically, I've only known them for like a year or two. You don't really still know these people that you're hanging out with. And that's going to take time. So always keep that in mind. Yes, it takes a long time to develop real friendships. You can get real vibes and connections right away. But we've been in this community, my nephew and I, over 4 years now, and that's still only 4 years. I'm only just now starting to think I got a good grasp on who my real friends are in this community. And I'm not saying people that you like, because there's people you like, people you're cool with, and then there's your friends. Like, they're all great, but it's like you still don't know these people that long. 4 years, that's just like high school time. That's 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So always continue to get to know each other, but just know that if you've met someone and y'all are cool, and then a couple of years later, maybe they drop you or act crazy, and you're like, man, I thought they were my friend. It's like, were they?
Niggas will ghost you and have no explanation behind it. Just prepare for it. It will happen. I swear to God, it will happen. And if you have not that, you probably had that experience before. It will happen. It will happen. I swear it will. But that says a lot. Because I learned, if that's the thing that actually true happens, then you learn that even during those 4 years and stuff, you haven't really necessarily hung out with the person. Like, you haven't really set up somewhere to really hang out with a person. Or, hey, during this 4 years, you know this person, or let's go do some things. Let's hang out, let's connect, let's talk. Like, let's have a lot of conversation that we have that's very personal. And some people, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna have that conversation with some people who is very close to you. I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna have those people, but that makes them just an open book. That doesn't necessarily mean they're like, yo, I really rock with you. There's a difference between open book and be very communicative, and the person really just being there for you and showing their kindness towards you. It's a totally different ballgame. So I really want y'all to be careful going on there thinking, whoop-de-doo, Mario. Don't be Mario and Princess Peach.
Yes, and he's not in the thing.
Gotcha.
Now he is. Because we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes,
Lord,
I'm sorry, guys. If you watch this live, I apologize. But like I said, it seems like we're going to take 2 hours to do a 1 hour podcast tonight. But I am going to piggyback off of what my nephew just said, because I said this in my story this week, and I am so dead on this. If you are mutuals with somebody on Instagram, and that means you like each other, but you're mutuals with them on Instagram, and you decide that you're going to mute their stories and mute their posts so you don't have to see their story or their post, just unfollow them.
Oh, God.
Like, why are you following them but then you mute things because you don't want to see their stuff. That doesn't make sense to me. And I know for a fact people that do it. And it's like, just hit the unfollow button. I guess some people don't want the satisfaction of being able to say, well, I'm the first one that unfollows. Some people don't care. Clearly, I'm averaging at least one person a year. But so I guess some people don't want to actually commit to hitting that button. But it's like, if you don't want to see any of my stuff, don't follow me. Like why are you? And if I can definitively figure out people that are doing it, I will do you the favor. And I've already had to do it once. So it doesn't make sense to me, guys. We make connections for a reason. I could see wanting to take a break from social media, then you're taking a break from social media, but to be someone that's like, I need to take a break from that person. Well, then that person isn't your friend. Just unfollow and move on. I'm sorry.
I know, that's crazy. That's crazy. I swear. Even the people that you meet, I swear to God, they're smiling, and I promise you, some of them people are talking behind your back. Don't give a fuck. Literally, don't give a fuck. Continue to move on because people are going to talk about it regardless. That's forever. That's forever. I just want you to be careful of who you trusting, and you feel you're more who you drop your who you want to give your personal life matter, your story to, because I think that's very personal of you to really open yourself towards somebody, and then the person can look at that as a different output in the community. And I've seen that too many times in this community. I seen brands fucking failed. I've seen people do Google Docs about shit, about their friendship. I've seen so much for the past 4 years of this community, and it's still going. Literally last end of this year, and it was all. I wanted to see who's going to push the nuke away from the country, because apparently everybody was teaming on people to get rid of people by this end of the year. So it's still there. It's just toxic out there, bro. It's toxic out there. Wear a gas mask, man.
Wear a gas mask. But no, I think some people think you're stupid. I pay attention to everything. You've known me literally your whole life. I pay attention to everything. So whenever I do anything, put up a post, put up a story, I'm always looking at who's looking at it. So if you have people that literally like your post every single day or almost every post you do, and is looking at almost every single story that you post, and then just all of a sudden, they don't look at any of them anymore. Not looking at your story, just stopped. And at the exact same time, all your content, not acknowledging it anymore. Yes, sometimes the algorithm doesn't always show your followers your stuff. But when that happens, that is not a coincidence. You have muted that person, just unfollow them. Because we're not kids anymore, guys.
I swear. This day of the day, we just gonna be, we're gonna just act like have children. I swear I'm 30. I swear I'm 30. I just want to go 30 for 30 like Kendrick, man. I just want to put that big no yoga mat. Chat.
People are going to learn that some people, and my brother actually told me this. He said, man, because I was telling him about things that go on. He was like, and I was just thinking that your community just some wholesome community. I said, bro, humans are still humans at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter what the community is. There's going to be good people. There's going to be bad people. There's going to be helpful people. There's going to be toxic people. It doesn't matter what the community is. It's going to be there. And the more you get into it, the more you let it consume you, the more you see the changes. And y'all know me. I'm nice to everyone, bro. And I want to see this community be whole. I want to see the anime community be grow. It's okay to disagree with opinions, but you don't have to be overly mean about it. I had a personal conversation with Catboy Megami, who was just on this podcast not that long ago. We posted a hot take video of hers. And I want to let her know, first of all, I apologized to her and I assured her, and I don't do this for me, but I do this for other people. I said, and she knew this too. I said, when we dropped this hot take video, we expected people to be like, nah, you're crazy, or nah, someone needs to get her checked out, or this is wild or you're dumb for that. We expect things like that on hot take videos. But then I started seeing all of the personal attacks, and I have been taking it upon myself to delete everyone I see before she gets a chance to see them. Because I always say, come for me all you want, but disagree all you want. Debate all you want. We debate all the time on this podcast. But when you start making personal attacks, death threats, things like that, it is unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never understand it. And I never want to set any of my friends up for that, for any clips that we drop. And she was very thankful for it, because it was like, I have to protect our guests, not just my friends, but our guests, because we're going to want them to come back on.
Mm-hmm.
And, because that's going to help not only keep our friendships intact, but also help our brand grow. And so, guys, you just got to be better, man. Like, you just got to be better. But the anime community, we know how it is. Well, we've talked millions of times about the spoilerness in this anime community, so I'm not even going to get into that tonight. Y'all can just go back and look at a older podcast if you want to talk about that. But another thing,
ain't about spoilers. Ain't about spoilers. But I'll continue.
No, but more importantly, bros, I think there's also some people in this community that don't know how to keep that same energy. And I do want to go ahead and switch over real quick to the
Please elaborate what you're saying. I am like, wow, I am beholder right now. Hold on, let me put on my glasses for this. What are you saying? Oh my god, please elaborate. Gee, Willikers, Batman. My glasses just fell out. Please. Gee, Willikers, Batman. What do you mean?
Oh, well, gee, I will tell you exactly what I mean. We are now switching over to the state of the cosplay community, because the anime community and the cosplay community are intertwined. They are. Because
no way.
Because it's all nerd fandom at the end of the day, guys. But, and I don't know where to carry when I know he stepped away. I know he's got some work.
He'll be back. But meanwhile, enjoy.
I know, right? Like, Yoshi's basically our guest now on the podcast, guys.
Hey, Yoshi! How was New York, Yoshi?
I swear I'm going to edit in some Yoshi sounds right here.
I appreciate you. Shout out to you in the movie, man. Yo, you were amazing. If I can actually have the opportunity to actually meet you in person, it would be such an honor, man. Like you, bro, your first 5 seconds was a glory. I don't want to spoil it anybody for the movie. But is there anything would you like to say to us tonight?
Yoshi.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yoshi, ladies and gentlemen. Yoshi, ladies and gentlemen.
Yoshi, ladies and gentlemen. But as we wait for our brother to get back, I'm just going to look over real quick, and I know we've had some technical difficulties, and I just want to make sure we're not experiencing any right now. So, yes, we're good. There is a big thing that happened in the past week, ladies and gentlemen, that was in the cosplay community. It has divided the cosplay community, and it has had a lot of people talking in this cosplay community. There is a really big cosplayer in the game named Stella Chu. Stella, she's been doing this for 15 years. She's like one of the top cosplayers, content creators, and she was on a podcast recently. Go figure, a podcast. And she was basically talking about like making a living in the cosplay community, like being able to make money in the cosplay community and everything like that. And if you go look at that interview now, you will notice that about 4 seconds of that video has been removed because it has since been edited. And they've released.
Wait, what video? What video again?
Stella Chu's interview. The person
uploaded it. What interview?
It was an interview talking about making money and just everything about the cosplay community. And he touched on everything about like crafting in the cosplay community, talked about the cosplay contest, talked about being able to profit, going to conventions, everything. And there is a 4 seconds of that podcast that the creator went in and edited the podcast after it was uploaded. after all the backlash started coming. So they removed 4 seconds from the podcast. And the 4 seconds they removed was Stella saying that the cosplay contest community is not a part of the cosplay community. And a lot of people lost their shit.
Say that one more time. Please say that. No. Say that one more time. I don't think people heard you. Say that one more time.
Stella said that the cosplay contest is not a part of the cosplay community. And
There's
again,
no fucking war.
people
There's no
lost
blood.
their shit.
Okay, I would say there's no blood. There's no mind. There's no pose. Like no docs. No nothing. Like wait. Like I think this is a serious occasion to anime, especially for anime cosplayers who does this, right?
Well, here's the thing, because a lot of people are very divided on what they felt like Stella had to say. And I've seen posts. There have been some people that have been very passionate about it. And then there's some people that are saying it's not that big of a deal. There are two different sides of the fence. Now, the thing that really puzzles me is that I know some people for a fact that anytime any event happens, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, always has something to say. Always has something to say about anything that happens. But now that someone who's at the top said something very controversial, some of those same people are pretty quiet right now.
That's why I said, "Where's the war? Where's the Kratos theme? Like, where's the Kratos theme?"
That's why I always say. And now, look, I'm not saying you have to agree with what she says. You have to disagree with what she says. The only thing I'm saying right now is there are people that I know for a fact comment on everybody else, and there's people I know for a fact that if her name was not Stella Chu, if she was Jane Schmo, and it made those exact same comments, they would say something. But some people don't want to mess up the bag. Now, personally, unlike some people, because people do this in headlines, right? So there's a lot of people out there that has this tendency to just go read the headline video or just watch the video of somebody else talking about it or isolating the 4 or 5 second clip of what was said without going and watching the entire thing. That's not how I operate. I watch the entire podcast. And if anybody wants to know where I stand on the whole thing, because like I said, I have a lot to say about this, and I said y'all would have to tune into the podcast is real to know where I stand about this, is that I really don't understand what everybody's uproar is about. I know there are people that have made statements, and you know how much I hate statements online of, I'm not gonna follow this person anymore. I have unfollowed them, and I'm gonna make a post letting you know that I've unfollowed this person. If you're gonna unfollow somebody, just do it. Why do you need to make a post about it? Like, what validation are you seeking to let the world know that you're going to unfollow somebody? And a lot of the times they don't even actually do it. They just want the accolation of somebody going, yeah, I like you now. You're on my side. If I'm going to unfollow somebody, or if I don't want to talk to somebody anymore, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to make some big post or hire a plane to write something in the sky or anything like that. It says, I just want you to know that I don't like this person and I'm not rocking with them anymore. That's always been so dumb to me, bro. It just has. But as far as Stella goes, if they would actually watch or listen, however you want to get your content, the entire thing, she's actually trying to help people make money in the cosplay world. She gives advice on making money in the cosplay world. She even talks about the difference between crafting versus bought cosplays, the cosplay contest, which is a whole different conversation because that's been a war for years. People who buy their cosplays that think they should be able to compete against somebody that handmade their stuff. That's, like I said, that's another conversation for another day. But she made the point that the cosplay contest, as far as people, because the question that was asked to her was about people who do cosplay contests and how profitable that is. And she was really talking about how it's not very profitable. And quite honestly, she was talking about how cosplay contests are a thankless job, because the context he was talking about doing is saying that, for the people that are trying to do it to be recognized, that's not the way that you really want to be able to be recognized. There's so many other things you could do to try to be recognized in a cosplay contest, because they don't air them on TV. They don't live stream most of the time, these cosplay contests. So the only people that see them are the small people that are actually there at that con. So if you're trying to enter a cosplay contest to be famous, you're not going to be famous. And she thinks that it's some things that need to change about it, because it being a thankless job, because you spend a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of your energy to enter a cosplay contest, yet you don't make any money off of it unless you win. So everybody who doesn't win, yes, you might be doing it for the love of the game, but some of these people would love to get some kind of love and recognition from what they're doing. So I kind of get where she was coming from. Like, it was kind of a poor statement, I think, to say that is not a part of the cosplay community. But I think what she was trying to get at was just saying that there are so many things that need to change about a cosplay contest, and that for the people who are trying to do cosplay contests because they think it'll make them famous, it's not going to make you famous. And she's not wrong. It's not going to make you a lot of money, and you're not, and she's not wrong. And she also talked about how a lot of the big, like really famous ones don't even enter these contests. So it's not like they're even bringing the bigger eyes to the contest themselves. I kind of liken it to, with basketball fans, the slam dunk contest All-Star weekend. Remember back when all the big stars used to compete in the All-Star game, in the dunk contest? You had the Dominique Wilkinses and the Michael Jordans and all of them, like Kobe, like all of them used to do it. Now it'd be like the 11th person on the court in the dunk contest, and it's like now it's not getting ratings anymore, because it's like, okay, if those stars are doing this, why are we taking this very seriously? It's not going to bring a lot of eyes to it. So she did make the point that she said she doesn't really know any famous people that have won a cosplay contest, because they don't really enter them. She's not saying people who have a following. She's talking about like those that are like have like several million, because I guess a lot of times they feel like a cosplay contest is beneath them. And a reason they would is because a lot of the times, if you're the top person, you're probably doing this for financial gain, and a cosplay contest is not where you're going to get that financial gain from. It's just not. And that's why she was saying all the time that it takes you to do that, you could go out and make a whole bunch of TikToks, because she's trying to help people get paid. Now, again, if you're doing it for the love of the game, just because you're there and you love it, it's not a waste of time. I know there's a lot of people making videos about how cosplay contests are not a waste of time, and they're not a waste of time if you're doing it because you love to do it and that is what you dedicate yourself. But guys, if you are doing it because you think that's going to be a gateway to start getting on all these magazines or to become famous or to become popular, it's not going to happen, because assuming, like she said, assuming that you can maybe win one or two cosplay contests in a year, you've probably only made like $1,000. That's not going to pay the bills.
Not everybody could be a moon killer.
Well, shout out Moon Killer. Just like shout out Lazy here in the chat. What's good? I was wondering when Lazy was going to show up. Cosmo said people need to touch grass. Yes, a lot of people. If I had the money for it, I would honestly cosplay for the love of the game. Look, if I was rich, I think I would cosplay for the love of the game. But when you're a person, because there's a lot of people in this community, and we've talked to them, we're friends with some who literally are trying to turn cosplay and content creation into a career. And if you're trying to turn this into a career, then you got to put your eggs in a lot of baskets, meaning different sites. You can't just post on Instagram. You can't just post on TikTok. You can't just post on Facebook. You got to post everywhere. You got to maximize, because, heck, you just said Moon. She put up a post the other day. It's like a video that's doing pretty good over here is going freaking ridiculous over there. It's open up all those avenues. Some people have, some people have Patreon. Some people have all these. Some people have OFs. A lot of people have all these different avenues to make money. And depending on what you're doing, like if you're an editor or you're a person who crafts cosplay, you got it made, because so many people always need stuff commissioned, and people are always looking for people to edit their content, especially the ones that got millions of followers, because they just don't have the time to do it themselves. So if I'm telling right now.
Just don't be that person that just likes to run off with the plug. Just don't be like them. We have too many of those. Definitely happen. Get don't just don't do it. Okay, don't run off. Don't run off on the plug twice right after you get your stuff. Shit is ridiculous.
But no, like, but the bring this to a short, man. Stella was actually defending the cosplay contest and how she feels like they should get better and how they should actually treat the people who compete in them a little bit better. And it was a poor choice of words saying the cosplay contest is not a part of the community. That's the part everybody's stuck on. And even the people that even listened to it and was like, well, I don't do it for the money, and that's fine. But the whole purpose of that podcast episode was to educate people on how to make money doing this. That was the whole purpose of the entire episode. So personally, I can understand why people are mad at those 4 seconds that have been taken out. But as a whole, this ain't anything to try to run her out of town for. That's why I love that
Would you would
she's
you say
not.
this is rage bait, clickbait?
No, I think she really meant well. And because she meant well, and the guy even admitted that, so it was also some poor editing on his behalf as far as the way he was clipping up stuff. But that is why you have not seen any post or anything from her, like acknowledging this or talking about this, because quite honestly, she doesn't need to. Like, she runs a business. Her and her husband runs a business. They make money off of different things. Like Cosmo said, some people just need to go touch grass, bro. Like, there's way more important things that people could be doing than to get mad at somebody who technically was actually defending a part of the community. The only reason I said what I said earlier about keeping that same energy is because for the people who do have a problem with it, I just think it's funny that you're quiet because of who it is. I'm still all about keeping that same energy, positive or negative. When the whole Brown Bakugo thing happened, you couldn't shut people up. But, now that's what I'm talking about. And that's what brings me to the energy culture. It's like, guys, do what you love. I know I have entered. What have I entered? See, I haven't done me. I know I entered one cosplay contest because I still have the video. And they made me go first. And as a person who has anxiety, going first is just, I get it. You like get it out the way. So in a way it was good, but in a way it's also like, if you go first, you're not going to win because people don't remember the person that goes first, especially if it's a contest of like 20 people. You know how well you will have to have completely blown them away with that
Mm-hmm.
first one in order to see people by the time they get to the 20th. And I see Lazy in the chat. And he was like, wait, people was mad at, yes. I'm just gonna put it like this, Lazy. He put up a post, a JJK post, that made a bunch of people mad. He has since apologized and have taken the post down. It's not even up anymore. Although I'm sure you can still find the stuff in some people's videos where they got in an uproar and started making videos about it. And and like they were literally on a let's cancel him brigade. And quite honestly, when it comes to him in that circle, it's like, he did apologize. And there was even people that were saying they didn't think that he really meant what actually ended up happening in that video, but it just didn't come off well. And he ended up doing the right thing. But yes, Lazy, just go type his name in somewhere. You will definitely be able to see what happened there. And I know Jasirii went and got a snack. We're not necessarily doing what is Jasirii eating this week, but I know we've done a lot of talking. Jasirii, is there anything you want to chime in on the state of this community? I know I caught you mid-chew. That probably wasn't the right time to ask.
Word. Um. Yeah, the community is. Oh, the community is being more outsourced. Like it's not as small as it used to be or as niche as it used to be. A lot of outside influences are coming in where half of the time is like baddies for whatever reason, or the bad part of social media. And to keep it a band with you, like drama keeps entertainment running, but not this entertainment. This is not a space for that. It's more of a space for people to come together, the people to talk, people that have the same common interests. And at the end of the day, you paid for a ticket. You paid money to be there. Like, so I don't know. Like, me personally, I'm not letting anybody come between me and my money. If I paid to do this, if I paid to go somewhere, I'm expecting to use each and every dollar in this American economy that's going down and shit. I mean, excuse my language, but at the end of the day, I don't have that many things that I can have fun with. Everybody has to work. Everybody has stress. Everybody has real life problems and situations going on. So don't go be shisty or whatever. Like, literally just go about your business, because when people see positive energy, they want to be around the positive energy. The people that are fun want to be around the people that are fun. The people that love drama also like to have fun too. I don't know what to talk about that, but it's like we're grown, even for the young ones. If people don't get it, explain it. If they don't get it after they explain it, they just need some time by themselves until they understand it. Because you watch anime. If you watch anime, how do you not understand what's going on? That's like a white bot on Twitter being mad at everything black. All right, cool, whatever. But yeah, it's just one of those things where this state of being is just literally, again, it comes down to the pillars and who's being watched. When it comes down to the creators and what they're doing, you see that half of them are literally foot in, foot out, if not fully immersed in what they're doing, and leave the inside people to be the inside people. The in-house, in-house, the outhouse, outhouse. Me, I'm in-house. I'm minding my business. You see my Yoshi.
Mm-hmm. He took over for you when you stepped away for a little bit. So we might have to have a replacement. Yoshi, official member of the podcast. So
That's a fact. Listen, Yoshi, you feel me? Like, come on now.
But now, one thing that I have noticed, look, as I've gotten more notoriety in this community, which I've always been so grateful for, I do get DMs and stuff all the time when people asking me for advice on like growing their page or becoming bigger. Basically, they're asking, what can I do to become a bigger known name in this community? Which I don't mind answering, because if I said it once, I've said it a million times. I want to see everybody grow, and I do think there's room for everyone to eat. With that being said, though, with the more and more people that I'm seeing ask me that, with the more and more people that I'm seeing with the accounts, even the ones started from the beginning, and you can clearly see what their agenda is, I'm starting to notice that there are more and more people entering this community that are trying to do it to make money than they are for the love of the game. The love of the game is still there, but it's being overrun by the people that are in it to try to make the money. And again, if you're here to try to make the money, then cool. Make sure you go about it the right way, and make sure you don't waste a lot of time and a lot of money trying to make the money that doesn't come. Don't spend thousands of dollars to go to a con because you think you're going to meet this person who's going to advance your career, because either more than likely you're going to get burned. And even if you don't, like, how long is it going to take to get that investment back that you took to go there in the first place? And also, if you are invited to a con, like they say, we invite you to a con because a convention wants to bring a lot of creators there. So you get invited as content creators, industry badges, all of this stuff. And they're like, hey, we want to invite you. Here's a free badge. I mean, are you really invited if all you're getting is a free badge? If they're not covering your stay, if they're not covering anything else? Like, look, I love being a special guest. It's one thing if you were going to go to that con anyway, and it's like, oh, hey, well, here's a free badge that I don't have to pay for. But if it's one that you were on the fence about going to, and then you decide to go because someone's like, hey, we're going to say you're a special guest here now. And now you're like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to travel to that now. Now you've just paid a whole lot of money for your travel and stay. we got to do a better job of making sure as creators, because we're the reasons a lot of times people come to these, especially the smaller cons. It's like, hey, come to this con because this person's here. Come to this con because that person's here. But then you don't want to give us anything for it. Then it's like, no, like they need to do a better job of at least covering the stay if you're not going to cover the travel as well. And that way that creators that are really trying to do this, that are true special guests, are not being exploited by these cons that can just say, you know what we could do? We can just tell these people that we'll give them a free badge and they'll think we're giving them the world, but we're not really giving them much at all. By the way, one person that was also educating people on that was Stellarchew in that same podcast, but people want to talk about a 4-second clip. You know, that thing was like 99% helping people, 1% of poor choice of words that she would like to have back. But yes, Nadia, what's up? Nice to see you down here in the chat. I saw you pop in, but I was mid soapbox. But yes, we all need to do a better job because, like I said, yes, I would love to make a living in this community, but I know the living I'm going to make in this community is not going to be by cosplays, which is why I also do other things in content. It's also why I started a podcast, because I love to talk about nerdy things. I love my brothers. We all like to talk about nerdy things. I love to interact with community. So if you can find an avenue of something you absolutely love to do, and then you can try to get paid for that, you made it. And in this space, you see we're all in screens. We don't have to pay to travel to do this. So even when like the small checks come in right now, the $50 check or whatever, you know, we're good for now, because obviously we want more.
Mm-hmm. And please, by all means, I'm the fellas. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the fellas. Ladies, I know we cool, but I just want to talk to the fellas real quick. You see these hands? Yeah, that's what you should be doing. Just like that. You see that?
Keep them to yourself.
Just like that. Just like that. Because I'm so sick and tired of constantly hearing about the rotation of that over and over. Because every time there's a kind of like, we got to count this, we got to point this person. Now we're going to put this person. And now we got to point. And it's always the fellow males. Please keep your hands to yourself.
We're averaging like 2 Google Docs a year.
Like you have no idea how much I just true story. I literally just sat down, minding my day. This is long ago. I was on the PC, just literally just having a random day. The Batman called me. He was like, "Yo," I was like, "Yeah, what's up? What's going on?" He's like, "Have you seen what's going on?" He ain't cussing me, but you summarize. Have you seen what's going on? I was like, "Huh? What you mean what's going on?" I need to go to Twitter and start looking what's going on. And then when I start looking at Twitter, I'll be seeing an army of women going after the one guy. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And I'm like the white people in Cat Williams. What did he do? What's going on? And then when I be seeing the Google Docs of what everything that person got to say, and then I go to the next page and tell the story, they're gonna be like, this is what this person says. And then not only that, we have the photography and stuff like that's going on else too. We have got to keep our hands to ourselves, fellas. I promise you. And please don't go to me, because that's the biggest problem. Because I've been hearing that too. Because some of y'all are not. I'm gonna be banned. I really feel like some of y'all are not really an anime true fan. I'm gonna get banned with you. Because some of y'all are really just out there for some of the women or the girls. I'm gonna be 1,000 power out with you. Because we had those type of times, we had some of those type of topics. Not even that. I can hear some of that shit even after the clubs. Because I'm seeing hearing some of the males go to some of the clubs after the scenes and stuff like that, and they just going in, you know, of course it's an anime thing, come in an anime you want or support anime, cool. But then when I be seeing them actually just there for a different reason, or not even just there just to enjoy it at the time, you have no idea how much I have seen a couple of people when it comes to a good anime song, and some of the guys are just sitting there in the corner. But when it comes to Waka Flocka for No Hands, or we're gonna go to Pop That with French Montana, or we're gonna go to Travis Porter with Tiger and play those twerk songs, every guy want to look around and want to find a girl because they enjoying themselves on stage. Keep your hands and feet to yourselves. I'm sick of this shit. I really am. Please keep your hands to yourself, because I want to make that, because I really want the males to like literally be a great example this year. Like, you have no idea how much I've seen a lot of women constantly, even some of the people I know that are close, just throwing bans at people. And they go to ban for ban like Rab so petty. No, this is a different type of ban for ban. I don't like, bro. It's insane, bro. We're supposed to be there to have fun and enjoy ourselves and have time. And I'm gonna say this too. If you are there for a girl, please do that at a hotel. Do that at another time. Now I know what you're probably thinking of me. Why the hell would you tell me to like go? I spend time of my money to go to the con, and we decided to go meet at a con and enjoy ourselves. That's what we're gonna do. Cool. I'm not knocking you for that, but it's different. But the average of what I've been hearing lately has not been that at all. So this is why I'm saying it now. Please, by the love of God, keep your hands and feet to your fucking selves. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this. I literally am. I really am. Swear to God. And if you got X problems too, that's a different story. But go for it. I know you want to say something. Go for it.
Yeah, look, men are dirty and men are thirsty. That is something that has been going on a long time. Look, we don't have the time tonight to get into the man-hating culture that now fully exists in the world, where we are starting to become a dying breed. Like, do we know many women in this community anymore that hasn't at least made one post about how much they hate men? And the reason that happens is because we have gotten into a point now, and it's always been a thing, and it's something that needs to change in communities. Like, obviously, if you are promoting anything, usually clubs, but not even just clubs, if you're promoting anything, how do they usually try to promote you to entice you to come? Hey, look at the big booty girl on the flyer. You know you want to be here. You know, so I have heard of people that also go to cons because they want to try to hook up, or they go to the after party because they want to try to hook up. And I'm sorry.
You know how many times I got annoyed a guy walks up to me with me and Jasirii after, I swear to God, there's a whole video. I swear to God, we was living in DreamCon, and by God living truth, this man knows as well. You know how annoyed when I get when a guy walks up to me and try to tell me what is the next event, what is the next after party? Don't get me wrong. If we are cool or close enough, it's a different story. But nigga, if I just met you, what the hell? Huh? That's like us literally having the DreamCon B&B party, and then we have a situation with a bunch of people that happened, and we had to be like, fuck, wait, hold on. Nah, let's kill this. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Like, I just want y'all to literally, please, just be careful what y'all do. Just be careful what you do out here. Because I just want us males to be way better than we, like, I know we're safe. We are good. I'm gonna be clear. Us three people in this platform, we're fine. We're good. Nothing.
By the way, we have references. We have references to say that we're good. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. But piggybacking off of what you said, like, and I've seen it with you guys, and or even just the comments that we get. Jasirii, I know you've gotten them. We've all gotten them where they're like, people that we don't even know will come up and be like, man, I see all these girls on your Insta story and stuff all the time. Y'all always be surrounded by the hoes. Where the next move gonna be? And it's like, are y'all that desperate to try to get the women? That it's like, I know that person is surrounded. So I'm gonna ask where he's going, because where he's going, they'll probably be. And it's like, if I know that that's the only reason you're coming, I'm not gonna tell you a thing. Because if you're literally about to try to show up to this B&B party, or you're just literally trying to show up to this club for the sole purpose of, I know it's gonna be surrounded by women, you've already got the wrong mindset, and you're probably gonna be Google Doc within 48 hours.
Oh God, boy. Oh God. Please keep your SB to yourself, man.
I just want us. I can't speak for everybody else. I can just have to say, just guys, do better. We shouldn't be in a situation where the majority of women are saying they would rather be in the woods with a bear than a man. Like, we should not be at that point in our lives.
God, which is the dumbest ass question in the fucking world. And the purpose of that question is really validation stupid. But if they choose to go with a bear, then a man, that says a lot. You rather get mauled by a bear than actually being with a guy that, like I said, that question is different.
And like I said, we're about to actually wrap this up. So that's another thing for another podcast.
Yeah, that one. No, that
I'm
was
just
stupid.
saying, but the culture that exists that makes them even want to say that in the first place is what I need to change. Guys, it's not that hard to be friends with people and not touch them.
I
It's
swear
really
it's not hard to be
it's
platonic.
not that hard. It really isn't. Like, I don't know. Let's ask an anime question. Because yeah, like no, if people have been reading my stories all week, man, they already knew that. I think there's just been a lot of personal stuff that's been happening with me this week, and just things that's been surrounded. And then when this big thing popped up, I'm just like, you know what? We don't have a guest this week. I got a lot I need to get off my chest, and I have a platform, so I just wanted to get that all out there. So this might end up being pretty quick with you guys, but this is something that I want to pose so that we can also put this out for clips later. So just like we asked earlier, why do you go to cons? The question I want to go ahead and ask now, either for here or for later, for anyone that's listening to this at any time, if you, oh, let me make sure that I got the best way to say this. For the clips, guys, if you were putting a group together to go out and take care of some business, whether that was doing a mission or just going in to storm some area, who would you want leading your group? Armin from Attack on Titan or Shikamaru from Naruto?
Give me Shikamaru with no fucking question.
Yeah, that's a hands down.
What are we talking about here? Give me Shikamaru, no question asked. Oh yeah, and when I'm talking about a plan, I mean I get it because this is not like a Attack on Titan base to just be like, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice you or anything like. I know that's not the base, so I don't want anybody to go nuts. I just choose the Shikamaru because it's my favoritism. What do you mean? I fuck with Shikamaru, bro. And what? We agree on a lot of things. Shit is a drag. You absolutely right. Such a drag to build this shit going on, bro. But we got to do this, man. Let's get to it. Ain't even close, bro.
Oh, just like Nadia said, the IQ level alone. Although some people apparently sleep on Armin's IQ level, because what made me even want to ask this in the first place is because you know me, I'm on the outskirts, the deepness, and I was in some of these things where I came across, when I say I came across some Armin Glazers, I came across some Armin Glazers. Like they were team Armin over Irwin people. And they were just saying that if I'm going into battle, he's who I want leading. And don't get me wrong, Armin did a lot of great things. He was the one that came up with the idea to help fill the hole, you know, at their base. He was the one that figured out what was going on with Annie. He came up with a lot of things that really, really helped out. And I will always respect Armin for that. In fact, if you had Armin, I think you would probably be in pretty good hands. But Shikamaru has won battles before they even started. And yes, I know it's hard for me to say because everybody knows Shikamaru is my favorite anime character, period. So they was like, oh, you're just being biased. The Shikamaru. And it's just like, yeah, there's a reason he's my favorite, because I think that not too many people are going to be able to beat him going into a battle. Like this man. Now, is he limited? Of course, which is why we said have a group. He's going to be able to take the people that are surrounding him. He's going to already know what they're good at, and he's going to already have a plan for what they should be doing on the mission. Like, this man literally had to round in 30 minutes. This man had to round up any Guinea he could find to go try to find Sasuke. Didn't take him long. Didn't know 20 minutes ago who he was all going to be taking. By the time he got to the door to leave the village, he already told everybody what formation they're going to be in and why. He's that dude, man. He's just too nice.
He's nice.
But no, man. And if you're an Armin person, that's fine. Obviously I would want to know why. This is something I'm going to pose. So again, if you were having a mission out anywhere, who would you want leading your mission? Armin from Attack on Titan or Shikamaru from Naruto? Y'all can let us know in the comments when that goes up. But in the meantime, I am so happy that we have reached the end of this week's podcast, mainly as I put the clap up for a couple of reasons. Number one, just because it's always good to get through another episode. Number two, because the last 38 minutes of the podcast, this app was not on that BS. So it finally, whatever was going on, I'm telling you, stop it. We don't need this anymore.
Mm-hmm. Stop it. Get some help.
But guys, like I said, because we're gonna have a short turnaround, and I'm about to announce why we're having a short turnaround here in a minute. But King of New York, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Um, nope. This is a bye week for me. I'll be streaming this Saturday. Jasirii_GQ, video games and anime. So that's all I got.
And Yoshi.
Yes, we're watching. We're watching a movie.
Look, the fact you had to look, it's just.
Oh yeah. Yoshi said, Yoshi. Okay, and then yeah, I gotta let him say his part. And Yoshi on the Dead Homies. Yeah.
I'm gonna need Yoshi to watch his mouth. I know we use language on this podcast, but that's a little excessive even for me.
Yoshi been to the Bronx. I'm sorry. Did you not?
That's what I said. He went to New York. Yoshi went to New York
for a while. So I'm sorry. Like
he did. He went to New York. He had BB in the background.
He said, Yoshi. Yeah, that too. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, but yeah.
Yoshi had that tour that we were supposed to have with Jasirii.
Listen, Yoshi took it over. Yoshi had to do it.
Hey, look, man.
He said on gang too. Yep.
Yeah, on gang, on the Yoshi gang. All right, well, sir, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, I just only have like two things to basically say. We already know it's a show of recommendation. Obviously, what I've been thinking about this week. Obviously, I have a Mario hat, so obviously, one thing I would definitely say is go see the Super Mario movie. Obviously, because that's something that everybody know. I would definitely say because I'm like it. That'd be rude for me not to go promote the Super Mario movie because I think it's really great and good. But I haven't really talked about an anime show in a minute. So I have one that I actually was finding very interesting when I was going around, and it's called Dead Account. What is Dead Account? Let me break it down to you. It is a supernatural action. So it's I'm sorry. It is a supernatural cyberkinetic power and is the secret school of spirit mediums to fight dead accounts, ghosts from social media accounts of the dead deceased. So what do you mean by the dead deceased? Basically, you know social media again. We have the trolls, we have the rage bait, we have the clean, we have all of those type of titles that we put on these people that they have soul cyberkinetic energy towards their phone, walking around and exterminating ghosts by using that energy of cyberkinetic. And the main character basically have blue flames. And if you watch Blue Exorcist, you know what blue flames is. So there you go. So I highly recommend you guys go see it. It's really interesting. It's really great. It's not Izukai. It's a high school drama what we got going on. And the comedy actually got in it. It's actually not bad. It was pretty good. And one thing is, I actually have a quote this time because I would sit there, the Tennessee guys, just lay back and just like a pineapple tree, which is soothing. Just like, I wonder what's just making me feeling so good, right? And then I had this on my mind because I thought about Izuku Midori, My Hero Academia, because Deku had one of the greatest punchlines. And he said this to me and it hit my mind. He said, don't worry about what other people think. Hold your head up high and plunge forward. Izuku Midoriya. So whatever you have going on and whatever you feel like you have so much shit that you got, and I know, like, you feel me, Deku is one of the most fun people that has a lot of challenges that he has to face in his face. But no matter what he was going to, he always had to hold his head up high because he was the definition of all my suppressor. And no matter what a hero is going through, you will always have to face a villain with a smile. So plus 4 plus ultra, okay? That's all I basically have to say.
That's basically all he has to say. But that's okay because, again, we have come to the end of the podcast. It's real. So, yes, if you're having a bad day or a bad week, just remember that quote to lift you up because no matter how bad of a week you're having, it can't be one worse than Chili from TLC. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, we have reached the end of the podcast. It's real. Like we said, if you have missed this episode live, probably good at this point with all the technical difficulties we had, but it's okay because when it rounds back up, it'll actually cut out all of the dead air. But if you want to see this in real time going through, the podcast is real will be up on all the other platforms. That is Spotify, that is Apple Podcast, that is Amazon Music on Monday morning. just like it always is. Although this time, while that's going up on Monday morning, Monday night, it's actually going to be going down because we are having a special episode of the podcast is real coming a short turnaround this Monday instead of Thursday. So in a couple of days, you get to enjoy us again. There have been times on this podcast where we have touched on and even had one debate not that long ago about a Disney Channel Mount Rushmore, but there's a few that we really didn't fully touch into. So we're going to be doing a full-blown Mount Rushmore episode of the podcast is real. I will be letting you guys know what niche topics that we're going to be Mount Rushmoring on within the coming days, or maybe I won't tell you guys at all. I will let my co-hosts know because they need to be able to get their stuff together ahead of time. That way we can help streamline things. But we will not be alone for that episode of the podcast is real because we will be joined by the debate king himself, Shonen Showdown. Rob himself will be with us on the podcast is real this Monday. So he's going to come through. You know, he just recently, not that long ago, had an edition where he did some Mount Rushmores. So now he gets to bring that knowledge to us. And we're going to see if he can keep that same energy with the ones that I'm going to have going. And until then, if you want to reach us, you can catch us on all our social media platforms at the podcast is real, except on Twitter. Again, not too many letters. We can't do it over there, but we do have one. Don't have to worry about that one as much, but it's at the podcast is real everywhere else. You can DM us on any other social medias, or you can email us at the podcast is real at gmail.com. Again, we will have a short turnaround and we will see you guys on Monday for Soundless Well himself. We'll be back very, very soon on the Poppy Playtime. My nephew VoQualz for the King of New York, my Jamaican brother Jasirii, and our new co-host Yoshi, as he sits up there saying very inappropriate things on his first episode of the podcast. But it's very, very okay. I am King Drell. What you say, Yoshi?
Yoshi!
That's a fact. My bad, dog. I got you. There you go.
See, he was asking for his hat. I got you. I am King Drell. We will see you guys on Monday. But until then, just remember, this community can sometimes be toxic, but the podcast is real. And so are cosplay competitions. We'll see you guys next week. Salute!